Hello, lovely listeners. I am so thrilled to be here recording with you. And some of you may or may not know this, but the podcast is not recorded at a set time every week. Sometimes I record it weeks in advance. Sometimes I record it on the day. Sometimes I maybe record it a day later and the team pick it up. So the reason I'm sharing this is because what I'm going to talk about today comes in very short succession from an episode a few weeks ago where I spoke about the coaching industry being broken. And what I'm going to speak about today is a little bit of a behind the scenes of the business. So my team of time hacker coaches, when you become a time hacker coach and go through our certification, and then you opt to come and work with us, then we have a monthly team meeting. And we use those team meetings to get coaching from me, to share business updates, to ask questions. It's really like just a fun, amazing time to be together. I call it like basically a free mastermind for my coaches. It's really high value. I love connecting with them. I love having that. I love having a team. I really, really adore having a team. And so it's been really fun to ask myself, what would I do? What would I like my team to experience? How would I create amazing cohesion between the team? And actually, at the moment, we are currently onboarding our next Become a Time Hacker Coach graduates to join the team. So it's really fun to see the growth in our team and the growth in that community. And just for anyone listening, if you are wanting to become a time hacker coach, wanting to be employed in a really flexible way where you can work, a few hours and get some regular coaching and obviously get amazing training and all the fun stuff, then definitely watch out. We're going to be welcoming people into the next round of Become a Time Hacker Coach in January, but we already have people applying now. So you could go today to the website timehackers.xyz/BATHC. That's B for become, A for A, T for time, H for hacker, and C for coach. So you can go there and you can apply right now. We've had 3 or 4 people apply already. We do keep the class intimate. So all that to say, I was sharing a business update and some lessons with the team, and they were so grateful for that behind the scenes. And I think it's very easy for businesses to just make changes in the public without the transparency. I'm not doing this because I feel like I owe you anything. I'm doing it because I genuinely think it's powerful to do, one, as a business owner, and two, to show you guys what a lot of them are seeing, which is I walk the talk. A lot of people talk the talk, but I really walk the talk. And the ways I walk the talk are I'm willing to make fast and effective decisions. I'm willing to implement on those decisions. I'm willing to learn by doing. I'm willing to learn by failing, and I'm always failing forward. So all that to say, if you're still with me, I've been going around the curves here. But as you know, it's one of my dreams to build the most accessible private coaching program on the planet. And we're talking about financially accessible, time accessible, location accessible, quality accessible. It's something that I really feel pulled to. And so in the last year, I launched a one-to-one coaching program with our excellent best-in-class time hacker coaches, that every single one has been personally trained, certified, and got through examination. And now even they have to coach me before we'll hire them. Not have to, they get to coach me and get live feedback as well before being hired. So it's really through the ringer. These are the coaches that I use now. I get coached by time hacker coaches. So really high quality. But I've had this dream of making one-to-one coaching more accessible and also, more available in terms of a monthly subscription model instead of, I'm going to sign up today and be in for 6 months. So anyway, all this has been going on in the background, and we went for it and we've produced amazing results. We've had hundreds of coaching sessions all over the world. We've had incredible feedback, people telling us, I paid thousands for coaching, up to 10. Someone actually said I paid 10,000 for coaching, and that 20-minute session was more valuable. And working with organizations and companies that bring in coaching, but it's not always the coaching that we do. Sometimes it's surface level and above, and our coaches are all specifically trained to get to the root cause as fast as possible so we can unpick that and everything else falls into place. So we're not coaching on the same thing every week and solving for the surface level up. It's kind of like putting a band-aid on a broken arm, so to speak. Like, you know, the bone needs to heal. The band-aid isn't going to make the bone heal if you're still moving around in it. Needless to say, I am so proud of what the team and I pulled off in the back end. By the way, we're not a technology company, but we are employing more technology. We are building out new systems. We are connecting those systems. We're doing all of this in-house. It has been a ride and a riot and a journey, and we are so far ahead of where I thought we would be and what I thought we would be able to do, because we have an excellent team. As you can tell, I think very highly of the people that I work with. I love that I get to work with these people. And all this to say, one of the things or two of the things I didn't account. So we've had loads of success, and clearly the value has far outpaced the investment. And that's just the consistent feedback that we get all the time. From all over the world, from clients, whether they are corporate clients that have never had coaching before, or they are coaches themselves that have paid for coaching, like high value, high ROI. This is what we're all about, high accessibility. And we've delivered on all of those things. But it's not all a success, right? We're always learning. So on the flip side, one of the realizations that I've had behind the scenes is it's all great to say, you know, we can sell coaching for, I think our package is cheapest worked out at £29 a session. And it's all great to be able to want to do that, to reward people if they sign up for more sessions and they sign up for a year, and all of these different mechanisms that we were testing to gather data on. But the reality is, I run a business, and a business needs to make profit, not just make revenue, especially our business. We don't have investors behind us. We don't have a huge team behind us. I am, you know, learning as I go and growing how we're going. And it's just not sustainable for us to build a one-on-one coaching business that has no profit in it for us. And so all this to say, the long roundabout is, price of one-to-one coaching is effectively doubling. And I wanted to do it publicly. I wanted to speak about it publicly as an example of making decisions, as an example of failing forward, as an example of transparency and communication and how to lead. And I hope those of you that are still listening appreciate all of those things. And for many of you, it will draw us more towards us as an organization, whether it's you wanting to work with us and become a coach with us, whether it's you are wanting to get coached by our coaches and support an organization with these values. But for me, what I will say is most people will be too afraid to lose money and will always overcharge, let's say. And I really wanted to undercharge, and not undercharge. I wanted to correctly charge, but I was willing to undercharge and lose money in order to figure it out, because I want it to be the best for our clients and supportive of our business. And so that's what I've done. And the price has come out as undercharging to a point where we're making a loss if we think about the technology costs, the technology build-up time, the customer service costs, the customer service time, our coaches' time, all of these things that have come into play. So I'm sharing it with you to say it's okay if the things that you thought or what you thought it would look like are not what it looks like. It is still the most accessible coaching program on the planet. It is still, you know, high value, high impact, high ROI. It is still very much true for me that if you can get the same impact from a coaching session in 20 minutes that someone else can get you in an hour, I personally will always pick the 20 minutes. It's still true that we want to be building this subscription offer that people can opt in and opt out whenever they want. So we're really doing so much in line with our original vision. And also we've learned this lesson. And also I want to be public about it, because I don't think it's cool to just change things, and some of you might have been waiting. So I do want to let you know that the price is changing this week. The price is changing. You're listening to this podcast today. The price is changing it will have changed by Friday the 26th, and it's going to change on Thursday the 25th of July at midnight. The prices are going to double for one-to-one coaching. The reason why I have decided to give it a few days and take this loss is because I know that there are a few people who maybe this makes it unaffordable, and we are willing as a business, we are wanting as a business to make this work accessible, to make the support accessible. So if you are someone who has been sat on the sidelines wanting one-to-one coaching and really wanting to get this additional support and been thinking about it one day, I really encourage you to make one day today. If you're on my email list, you'll also get emails about this, but if you are not, this will be the only reminder you hear. If you are listening to this in the future, don't worry, you've probably already seen the prices and they're not doubling again without an announcement. And if you sign up and you sign up for the subscription, we will never increase your price without notifying you, and our goal is to hold that price for 1 year. So you get 1 year of our crazy accessible coaching price to support you for an amazing year, which we definitely want for you, so that you can then afford the higher pricing. That will be an amazing goal to set with your coach and to work to together. How do I, earn more faster? How do I achieve more faster? How do I get promoted faster, whatever it is for you, so that I can afford this? And or just so you guys know, a lot of companies are paying for their employees to get this one-to-one coaching. So if they don't want to put their credit card on the system, you can email team@timehackers.xyz and we can set you up with an invoice system. So we've got all of that set up. So as you can see, we've been doing a lot, we've been learning a lot, and I really thank you guys for being part of this community and saying yes to coaching, saying yes to support, and saying yes to being here and listening today. So I wanted to use this as an opportunity to share with you the real behind the scenes. I think it's very different, and I definitely do this too, to say like, oh, I used to work 100-hour weeks and now I work 15. That's great, but I wonder what it would have been like for you guys to listen to me when I was working 100-hour weeks. Obviously, I didn't have this business then, but I just think it would have been cool. So I think it's very effective to say, after the event, this is what I've achieved. And I for sure in 3 years will create a podcast about how we have the most accessible coaching program on the planet and it's all set up. And maybe the choice, just so you guys know, is I didn't want to raise investment. And that's what we would have to do at this stage. We would have to go really big, raise investment, have people join. And I don't want to do that right now, but maybe in 3 years we will, who knows? Stay tuned. But that was the decision that I was sitting with, and that was the decision that I decided to opt out of. So I think that it's really cool to hear in the story about the changes, about the lessons, about the learning. I hope this has inspired you to make fast, effective decisions and be willing to learn and fail forward, because the iteration is the magic. Like, I'm smarter now because I made the decision then. So I want to allow you to make fast, effective decisions, to learn from those decisions and to iterate on those decisions, and to know that this is where the magic lies. So that's it from me for today. The link for one-to-one coaching will be in the show notes. You can join it, like I said, until Thursday, the 25th of July at midnight. That's the plan. So for sure on Friday, the 26th, it won't be available. Then opt in and do it right now. And I say at midnight, but I'm also going to be transparent and say there's a human being doing it. That human is based in the UK. She's for sure not going to be working at midnight. So now I think about it, maybe I'll ask her to do it on Friday morning first thing. So it'll be Friday 9 a.m. or whatever. So therefore, if you're in San Francisco, it is still midnight for you. Again, just sharing again the things that we have to think about as an organization. So that's it from me for today. Get coached. DM me or share what you thought about this podcast episode. It's obviously something very different to what we normally do, but I did want to be transparent with you. I think it's really important to do so, and I did want to show you that I walk the talk. I'm right there with you, living life, being human, being imperfect, learning, getting smarter and iterating. This is what it means to be a time hacker. This is what it means to, this is what it is required to achieve more faster. And I invite you to join me in this imperfect but always evolving journey. Thank you for listening. And for those of you that become time hackers, become time hacker coaches, I will see you inside the community. For those of you that get coached, this is it. This is the magic. All right, my friends, lots of love. Bye.